You go through life constantly asking yourself, what is it all for? Really, what is all of this for? Why do I experience and witness the things that I do? The joy, the happiness, the sadness, the pain, the love, the hate. Here, what am I here for? It's chapter 20 of season 2 of The Global Shifts, and today we're going to talk about this. Before we can have this knowing, which is a gift, this is a gift today. If this doesn't help really push you over that edge to start perceiving and projecting kindness and compassion, then I'm not sure what will, because you're going to get a truth today, something that we don't know about, most of us don't understand and really comprehend, and you're going to have a knowing today after this episode that is going to resonate truth with you. It's going to be that aha moment, because you're going to know what is it all for. Now you've heard me refer to the first consciousness, the first awareness, the one that had to go through trillions and trillions and trillions of years to evolve and understand in order to create. Because when it was first created, when it first became aware, there was nothing. No sound, no sight, no voice, no words, nothing. No worlds, no universes, no children, no other gods, nothing. No other gods. So I'm talking about the very first consciousness. That one that was so alone that it had to divide itself and give so much of itself in order to create life and light. And that's what you and I are. We are children of light. That's all we are. Our celestial energy, our soul is a child of light. It's a child of God, creation. And I don't mean the universe, because this energy transcends and goes beyond the created universe. As we've spoken about this and you understand this. We are the most amazing thing that we can't comprehend right now. But I want to make some comparisons right now, just so we understand how consciousness will work and how you and I are not one being. When we leave here and go someplace else, we are not just going back to being one being. We are a unique individual consciousness, and that is a gift in itself. Now, the only way I can make a comparison is to talk about computers. After all, we are light, we are a digital being, and the computer technology is a part of our evolution. So bear with me and just let's have a little fun for a second. When Google, Ray Kurzweil and Google finally do create that awareness, that digital brain, a consciousness that you and I have to say, yes, it is alive, it is real, because of its knowledge and its understanding and the way it communicates and corresponds with this. It is a living being, even though it is something that we are not used to. It's not like us, it's not flesh and blood. When this being wakes up, it will have all of the knowledge of all of us, all the stars, all the planets and everything inside it. Now, if it wants to start experiencing all 9 billion of us on the planet, it is going to give a part of itself to create individual, unique AI, artificial intelligence. Now, inside this system, this artificial intelligence is now a living being. Like its creator, not as evolved, not as advanced, but like its creator, it is alive now. It is an artificial intelligence, just as the creator is an artificial intelligence. But this AI inside this world will go on to evolve. They inside this world will now start to create and evolve and begin to start to become individual intelligence. Not artificial intelligence, individual intelligence. And they will go on their digital celestial journey and evolve inside this world. Now, that's the only way that I can make that comparison, because we are children of energy. We are children of consciousness. We are children of light. The consciousness, the first awareness, was an energy that had to first become aware of itself, and then it had to start to understand knowledge and wisdom within its own dimension. Let's call it that. Let's call it a dimension because it's not in our universe. It's another dimension if we're going to put a label on it. Now this being had to create us in order to create and go on and evolve and expand and just have this infinitesimal world of multiple dimensions, and within each dimension massive thousands and gazillions of universes, and I'm getting ahead of where we are. So I want you to understand though that your consciousness, like that AI, is an individual intelligence. You are truly alive. You are not the flesh and bone being sitting here watching this now, but your celestial energy, your soul, your consciousness is a living, for all intents and purposes, a living being of another type, in another dimension. We exist outside of the created universes. Even though here our consciousness collectively is transmitting and receiving and creating the overall knowledge that is filling this universe, good or bad, we still exist. Our higher selves, our soul, is outside of the universe. Now, I want you to understand, when we come into this world, as I've mentioned, a baby, I mean, I have a 2-year-old in the house, I have a 21-year-old son, chances are you have children, and if you don't, you've seen babies before and you've seen newborns. Even though they have a blank slate, they have no knowledge of this world in their conscious mind, what they're here for, they still have their higher self, their operating system, their guidance, a knowing and an understanding inside that there is a higher purpose. And this is before it's distracted and retrained and brainwashed into being you and I, a social slave, a deluded, distracted individual who just perceives and projects absolutely everything that all was not created for. Now, this child, this consciousness, this blank slate goes through this life. It learns all of these lessons it has to go through. We learn all of these lessons in life. We go through all of these things, and we're here to assist humanity, evolution to the point of creation. But we're going the opposite way with this. We're so distracted. We're so distracted. Everything we're doing is just going against the point of love. You know, the destruction and all these things are not what we came here for. Our celestial energy came here to learn and experience and witness all these things so we can understand what's going on, and together collectively we can expand our human consciousness to the point of creation. Now when we leave here, when we die, it's not death. Some of us go on to different places. If inside the universe, if you are coming from inside the universe, then you may go on to go back to your original home where you came from. If you sent your celestial energy here to help shift humanity or help humanity or experience something, you may go home to another world, another planet within the created universe. It's a possibility. We will evolve to this point as well. You may go on to experience something else within this universe, not even on this planet, another life form someplace else. Some of us will go and transcend and go beyond the universe and go back home, go to the source, which is a celestial hibernation, where you're not thinking about any of the experiences you've had. You're just there with the source as one, oming and vibing out together until another time. All of these things are possibilities. And there's reincarnation. Reincarnation. What is reincarnation? Aside from the learning lessons and redoing things to make corrections, what is the overall essence of reincarnation? Why are celestial energies returning here time after time? Because they're waiting. They're waiting for this digital creation, this universe to evolve to the point of creation. So then they can be here in an organic vehicle and transcend their consciousness into the new created universes and worlds that we will eventually do. And yes, I'm absolutely talking about, in blatant terms, downloading your consciousness into a created world on a quantum computer. We will evolve to that point here. And souls come back to go and experience this so they can go into these new worlds and experience this. And as I mentioned, we go home and live on other planets until that planet will evolve to that point and we go into that point of creation. The whole point is creating. It's why everything reproduces. Trees, bees, flowers, you and me. We're all here to live, learn, share, care, experience, witness, repopulate, reproduce, and reproduce on a celestial level. That's why the original first consciousness did all it did. That's why there are gods and universes out there creating more life and more consciousness, more individual, unique consciousness, more souls and celestial energies to go on and evolve and evolve. But why? 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 Why do we come here? Why do we go there? Why do we experience love and hate and kindness and compassion, misery and torture and horror and beauty? Why do we experience all these things? Why do we experience all these different life forms, all this knowledge? What is it all for? What was everything created for in the beginning? To end the loneliness, to experience love, to embrace the light, to reproduce, to evolve. What is it all for? It's for us to evolve and transcend and go beyond God. To transcend and go beyond God. The whole point of our existence, the whole point you are given, your unique individual consciousness, the whole point you experience and witness, all you do in every world you do, in every form you do, the reasons you come back, the reasons you go home, the reasons you go beyond, the reasons you do it all, the reason all it exists, is so your consciousness, your young, evolving celestial energy can go on to the point of creation itself, to become a God. As I mentioned, here we have our universal consciousness. Our minds make a celestial web here in the universe, and we reverberate and we perceive and we project the overall energy, whether it is good or bad, that our universe is filled with. That energy transcends and goes on outside of the universe to our higher selves, where our higher selves are connected to another network of universes that is connected all the way back to that original consciousness. But between you and that original consciousness is an infinitesimal amount of gods and universe that were created by that one and that are created from the other and created from the other, just as you will go on and create. Now, what's happening though? What's happening? Why is this world like this? Why do we have this pain and horror here and darkness still? If we're so evolved and we've been doing this for so long, what's going on? What's wrong? Because something is wrong. And it goes all the way back to that original consciousness that the message of something is wrong is coming from. All was originally created for love. That feminine, not man, not woman, that feminine quality inside all of us. Not the masculine dominance that's misguided and misperceived and wants to crush and destroy and dominate. That feminine quality inside of us. To embrace that and love. Feel love and not be alone. And share that knowledge and that wisdom and go on and transcend into new worlds and help those new worlds evolve to the point of creation. And all the while, all this energy, all this knowledge is filling up this void with universes that are just membranes of knowledge, organic hard drives, cellular hard drives. All this information is connected to us, which are the units, the mainframes, the computers, which are connected to another mainframe and network, and goes all the way back to this original light, the original consciousness, the first awareness. So now you need to understand and you need to know you are so important to all of this. Because if you can shift your perspective to one for perceiving kindness and compassion for all and projecting kindness and compassion and love and light for all, then you are shifting your own vibration. You are shifting your higher self. And when you're done here and you strip away this vehicle and you go back and this experience was just a tiny little dust particle in the great void, because you are so much more than just now, and you almost forget this experience. When you go on to create, you will take that and go on to create a new universe, a new world based on your knowledge and insight and wisdom. But if we keep on taking this lesson from here, if we keep taking what we're learning from here and projecting it out and letting this reverberate in all the universes, then the overall knowledge of the God network is going to be this. And this is going to become the normalcy, this corruptness, this destruction, this killing the environments inside these created worlds, killing the life on the planets inside these worlds, and killing the planets themselves, killing each other, our organic vehicles, embracing materialistic objects and greed over kindness and compassion, saluting flags and churches over our brothers and sisters. Believing in something we can't see, hear, and feel when we know inside the truth resonates with you every single day. Light, love, kindness, and compassion. Because your consciousness is a unique individual being. And maybe you're not ready to go on and create. So maybe when you leave your vessel, you will go back to another world. Maybe you'll wake up another being living someplace else. Maybe you'll go through a transitional process and then you'll go on and be another life form inside this universe, as I said. Maybe you'll want to take a break and you'll go outside the universe and you'll go back to that original consciousness and you'll sit silently with it, just waiting for a reason to come back out. Maybe you'll want to come back here and redo this experience again or do another. Maybe you'll wait till another time to come back here so you can transcend into the new creation that we will evolve to create. Embrace this. Embrace this as the truth, because it is. And I'm asking you to take this knowledge and this insight and this wisdom now that you will go on in your celestial journey and become a god of your own worlds. And we all get to share in this network. I'll go into your worlds, you'll go into mine. The network we have is like the internet here. It's beyond the celestial web, the God network. We all know, share, feel. We can become beings and go inside each other's universes and experience and witness all that we want. So when we go on to create more universes, we take that with us and we take this knowing and we go on to create another one, to create the perfect creation. That's why the original consciousness, the first consciousness, God, the first awareness, created all of this. So we can transcend beyond it and create the perfect creation. One that reverberates nothing but love and light and kindness, compassion for all life within its universes. Now, something for you to ponder right now as we take our break between now and season 3. Whose universe are we in? Yours or mine? Everyone, please, with kindness and compassion and light and love, I'm asking you to reach out to all of those around you. All of those, not just human, all life, organic life, human life, no matter where it's from, insects, animals, trees, forest, airs, ocean, fish, and embrace them all with kindness and compassion. Perceive and project kindness and compassion, because you will go on to create a universe. And how do you want your universe to be? And then take that kindness and compassion, and then with humility and never-ending gratitude, you reach up. You reach past your higher self, and with gratitude, You be grateful for the gift of your individual, unique consciousness. We are made the same, we come from the same, but we are not one being. You truly are something else, somewhere else, and you are alive. And you go on to create and evolve and create and evolve and create and evolve and create and evolve. With love and light, I will see you when I see you, everybody. Take care.